And most of the time people come to me afterwards and tell me they've had a paranormal experience, right? And these are like teenagers, and that their parents sent them to therapy, and the therapist said, look, this is real. And I'm like, what? The therapist ain't saying you crazy? like paranormal awareness is more prevalent now. But yeah, so like me as a scientist, the gear that you go with to use for ghost hunting, it's all scientifically sound, right? Like we understand what it works, you understand what you're looking for. The experience of actually ghost hunting is a totally different thing, because I've been to places where we have interacted with whatever you want to call it, which is debatable. So say spirits. And like Zach Bagans on his show Ghost Adventures will say a number of times, like, this is not for the faint-hearted, like this is serious and this is dangerous, because these spirits interact with you on an emotional and psychological level. I think I've proved multiple times that the science works. That's not what I'm questioning. For me, the personal experience was profound. Like I absolutely believe now in spirits or afterlife or demons, because I've had personal experiences. And the sort of the prevailing theory is that the spirits that interact with you because they can sense something that you have in common with them, or a deficit that they can feed off of. So I had very specific female spirits that had interacted with me, and it was emotionally draining to the point that I had like a nervous breakdown and had to get on a plane and fly out of the place just to feel better. Oh, wow. So this is all very real. And I've been to other places where there's been spirits there, but they have no interest in interacting with me. And it's just been like a fun, interesting experience. So when you get intelligent responses on EVP, like that's amazing. And it just really makes you think what's going on. But also academically, like a lot of people study as a career the paranormal or ghost spirits, and it depends who you talk to. Like some people go, look, they've studied this through history and they believe it's all demonic, right? So your friends or family are not hanging around as spirits. But then if you're working with psychics or you're working with somebody else, their interpretation is different. And then it comes down to your personal interpretation or what happens to you on a personal level. But that's absolutely like changed my life. Like any chance I have to go ghost hunting, I will go. So I've been like all over Tennessee, Memphis, Florida, the Queen Mary in LA. It's been pretty incredible. And I like going to ships or going to places that are fairly like isolated and have a lot of activity on it. But it is draining. And I know a lot of people have protection amulets, but I tend to take it all off when I go do these things because I want the maximum interaction that I can have. And then all the protection amulets go on afterwards again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So
that's cool.
Go ahead. Yeah. No, you're good.
I was gonna ask because we have there's a haunted thing. I think it's in California where it's called like the Winchester like house or whatever. Would you ever want to go there? Because apparently that's like a super haunted like thing, and there's a lot of history behind it. There's a lot of because it's based after like the Winchester like rifles or whatever. So the lady made the house to where the spirits could never catch up with her. So there's a lot of just like ghosts and stuff in that, and there's certain rooms you can't even go in because there's violent spirits in those rooms and stuff like that. So is that something that you would want to go into, like to see that kind of feeling?
You know, if I got the opportunity, I don't think I would turn it down. It just depends on the history of the place. Because now that I've had these other experiences with female spirits, I understand what wants to communicate with me and latch onto me. So there's some places that I would feel safe, even if it's got the demonic presence. And I've been in areas that have that reputation. It feels terrible. So like I know going in that it would not feel good, but I feel like I have an addiction to doing these things. I've got like a long list of places that I want to like hit because I just want to feel it, right? And see what happens.
Oh, that's what's up. It puts me in the mind of that. I don't know if you're like a King fan, but it's a room 1408, kind of like. Yeah. Yep, literally puts me in the mind of that. Because just know for me, whenever COVID ends, we definitely got to go with you one of these times. Like I love a ghost hunt vacation. That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Just go to Savannah too. That's another place.
Oh, yeah.
Tennessee is crazy. I'm like, it feels so haunted that there must be like more spirits there than real people. And then you like walk the streets of like Memphis or Nashville, and I feel really sensitive to things that are going on there. So like when I left Tennessee, I was like, I'm never going back to a place that's haunted, because it was like nonstop for like a week. It's cooler when you can just go like visit and you've got like the night or whatever, and then you're going away again. But yeah, I'm totally obsessed with this now.
No, that's what's up. That's really
it's really cool. Like, is it like it is on TV where you got the night vision goggles and you got like the overreacting bald guy with the camera,
the potato cam?
Yeah, like no, like I laugh at Ghost Adventures whenever someone's like screaming or being like overly reactive, because it's like, how many seasons of this have you done? Like, really? But it's like excited. But yeah, I've never been on a hunt where someone's had some massive reaction, as in screaming or carrying on or getting a fright. I've been in things where people have passed out cold because spirits drain energy. And it's worse if you're like on a boat or something that's haunted, because it's pulling power from water. So I've seen people like go down, and it is just as depicted as if you were to watch like these documentary shows. And the equipment, I love it. And they're coming up with newer and newer designs. Like they've got LiDARs that you can carry on your back now with SLS to visualize things. And it's just like groundbreaking. Like the technology that ghost developers are working on, that stuff's amazing just by itself from like a scientific perspective.
Wow, that's crazy. I never really thought about it like that. That's a lot. Like that's truly a lot to think about. Like that was never a thought in my mind. You know what? I'm going to go ghost hunting. I think like one time, I think this is when you left Fort Valley, Dmitri, me and my idiot friends, not me, they went to an abandoned dormitory, and they went like ghost hunting and fell through the floor and did all kind of craziness, but I was too scared to go.
See, here's the crazy part about it. I went to, so I took some of my friends. We were going road tripping, right? We went up to Jackson, which is a very interesting place in California. It's a place tepid, like mid-western, like 1800s kind of vibe. So you got like very like old style like saloons and all kind of things. And so they have this like cemetery up there where it was like the mass graves of like people that died in a mining accident. Like hundreds of people died. And so let's go check it out. I'm like, no, but I'll be in proximity. Because, like, the crazy thing about it is I'm not one person that's been into these things where I have experience, but I was on the outskirts, close to my car, and I was like, yeah, there's something about that. It just feels like I could tell it was some
you could feel it.
Yeah, and they were like, yeah, we're going to walk in and go look around. I'm like, okay, good, bye. Like, go do it. Have fun. I'll be chilling over here because I feel it from here. But it's crazy because, like, it had that vibe, that kind of not inviting vibe for me. And I was like, no. I already know. I've seen too many scary movies to know not to go in towards the scary vibe. Like, I'm going to take my time. I don't have for protection or nothing like that.
Yeah, I always go with a professional. So it's a person who knows that place, they know what spirits are there, because it can be very dangerous on multiple levels. If you don't know the space that you're going into, are there health hazards? Could you fall through the floor? Like all of those kind of things. But ghost hunting for the lay person has got so much easier because our phones now are so advanced that you can have various apps on it that can potentially record EVP, or you could use as SLS, or just, it's amazing what is now out there. It is crazy. I would love to actually test my phone's apps versus the real thing, like when we can go ghost hunting again.
Right. No, that would definitely be cool. That's just
if we go to ghost hunting, I'm gonna have my protection on because I'm, I gotta have all it on. I'm gonna have the whole entire thing.
That would be an episode. The Square Round Table goes ghost hunting. That'd be crazy.
That'd be the first time y'all hear me scream, boy.
Man, that would definitely be cool.
Look, it's gonna be a lot of bleep, 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 bleep.
You're like, what was that?
I'm gonna be normal conversation. Right? Yeah.